This is California's Great America, and I'm visiting this park for the first and potentially last time. Why? Because Cedar Fair planned to close this park within the next 10 years. What? I really wanted to experience this park just in case it does close, so I booked a flight to San Jose, and with the help of a good friend, I was able to visit this park. Let's see what my visit was like. Hey everyone, welcome to A-Way Coaster Life. Today we are here at California's Great America, about to go through the entrance. We are early, so it'll probably take a little bit before we can go in, but we are excited to experience all of the cool rides here and get the most out of this park, just in case this does end up being my last experience here. But yeah.
I haven't been here in 5 years, and I haven't been here since they refurbished Gold Striker, so I'm really excited to see how it runs. That's probably the thing I'm most excited for today when I'm here.
Yeah. So here are the rides that are going to be down today. None of them are too bad, except for Berserker. I did kind of want to ride that. That's one of those rare Bayern curve rides, but that's okay. At least what it looks like, all of the coasters should be open. Try not to get skip the line passes, but due to the circumstances, we think fast lane is kind of a must. Don't you love the tacky new Great America sign? I just got off of my first ever ride on Gold Striker. Wow, that was a great wooden coaster. It's in the morning and we rode in the front row. So obviously the ride isn't at its peak yet in terms of pacing, but still it went through each element at like a very good pace. It wasn't even that rough and it was pretty intense. Some of the airtime moments were actually like pretty fun as well. Overall, quite impressed with this ride. I was looking forward to it for a while, so I'm glad it didn't disappoint.
I thought it was really good for a morning ride. We're definitely in for a treat if it's already running like this in the morning. The airtime was really strong, I felt, and the pacing, the intensity of the ride, you can definitely feel it. Definitely one of the better GCI layouts I've done still, and it's a fantastic wooden coaster.
It's definitely the best pure GCI I've been on. I can safely say that. Do this next. Psycho Mouse was a pretty fun Wild Mouse. Some of the drops and hairpin turns were actually like really good, and it was very smooth as well. We just wish that the second half of it was better, but that's okay. It's just a Wild Mouse. Time to do this abomination.
And you're now off clear. Enjoy your ride. That was a very short-lived celebration. You can do better. One move.
Aren't you like so excited for this ride?
Look at that.
Oh, I'm not.
They absolutely love the ride.
Just got off of Grizzly. It was a very mid ride. It's not bad, it's just boring. It did have some laterals, but hardly any airtime. In some sections it was rougher than Giant Dipper, which was really weird. What did you think?
It had one moment of laterals that was like better than I remembered, and it doesn't do anything else basically, so.
Shout out to the ride out for being real at least. Hey CGA, before you relocate, I got one suggestion. You should retract this and put some GCI mini Lenium flyer trains, and it would be a great family coaster. All right, time for coaster number 69. Demon. is a pretty interesting ride. It's kind of rough in some sections, especially on the vertical loops. Some of the transitions, like the corkscrews, were pretty rough. But besides that, it was overall not too bad. It's just an okay ride.
I mean, the vertical loops, they're pretty intense, but yeah, they are pretty darn rough. Corkscrews are all right. Just kind of meanders around otherwise.
Yeah.
It's a whatever ride. It's fine. It's a classic coaster, so, you know, you have that, but that's about all I have to say on it.
Got off of drop tower over there. That's my, I guess, first drop tower from not SNS. It was a really good drop tower. Granted, it was a little shorter than I expected, but views are amazing and the drop was absolutely incredible.
It was my first time ever riding this drop tower. I'd actually never done it. Really fun, really powerful drop, and the views were really good from up there. We got like the great view of the park, the stadium. It was really cool. Very, very good drop tower.
Just got off of Railblazer and oh my gosh, that was an amazing roller coaster. That probably had the strongest airtime of the entire trip. I was absolutely blown away. Granted, it is still not a perfect coaster. The restraints are a little tight, and yeah, it has a little rattle, but the elements, every single element just hits. Non-stop pacing. I was blown away, and my expectations were already pretty high. It was an incredible ride.
I thought it was really good. I kind of knocked the ending the last time I rode it. I definitely think the inversions aren't the best elements, but I think it really kept up the pace, and those elements did hit pretty well, so I'm actually more impressed with that now. But I mean, the airtime moments, the off-axis hill is just absurd, along with the dive loop. It's an absolutely insane ride.
And to be fair, we did rode in the 2 backmost rows.
Visit Grammarly.com today.
So that probably helped, I don't know. It was a pretty fun coaster. Of course, it's one of the first B&Ms ever built, so it's not going to be the grandest B&M ever, but still, some of the elements were pretty fun, especially the corkscrew, where I was actually out of my seat for a little bit. That was kind of cool. It was a little rattly in some sections, and it only has 2 inversions, but for being one of B&M's first coasters, it was a pretty fun ride. And of course, this had the floorless retrofit, so that helped a little bit. What did you think?
As Jay said, the corkscrew is very good. Definitely the best element on the ride. And it's a solid coaster. I actually thought it tracked pretty nicely, especially considering its age. It seemed to be running a little better than my previous visits, so that's nice. Just solid overall ride.
I'll clarify, the ride is only a little rattly in the pullouts, so the most intense sections of the ride. All right, time to ride Flight Deck, once known as Soaring Chiefs, also once known as Top Gun. Deck was quite an intense ride. Personally, I grayed out on the first full section of it right until the 0G roll. That was pretty forceful, and the 0G roll itself was very whippy, and so was the corkscrew. Yeah, this ride is short, and it's also one of the first ever inverts, but it was still a really good ride, and it was smooth as well.
So I thought it's a very solid invert. Definitely very short, but very intense. The 0G roll and corkscrew are really good. And I do like the helix going over the water. I think that's another nice element.
Yes.
It's a very fun invert. Happy to finally get back on it after like 5 years. It was running better than it did a few years ago, so I enjoyed it.
We did Woodstock Express. It was not as bad as we thought, and we got the credit. That's all I really have to say.
Better than whatever the heck I got 11 years ago, so it was tolerable.
All right, Great America, how's your pizza? It was good. Dilemma. Basically, I don't know what the best ride here is. Railblazer and Gold Striker are both really good in their own ways, but I still gotta decide which one I like better. So let me know down in the comments which one looks better to you, or if you have actually ridden these, which one is your favorite? Let me know down there. Hey Carrick, are we blazing rails or striking gold?
I think we're blazing rails.
Let's do it. We just did Railblazer. We did the T-pose challenge on it, and I'd say we did it pretty successfully.
The T-pose challenge was pretty crazy on Railblazer, a lot harder than on Wonder Woman, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, pretty difficult to do for sure.
Hey Carrick, would you like your very own Railblazer? Or, hear me out, your very own Gold Striker? Hold up. Can anyone tell me if you know this coaster? Or we know it. Merch acquired. So we just finished our day by getting so many rides on Railblazer and Gold Striker. How many did we do in total?
We got 5 on each of them.
5 on Gold Striker and Railblazer, and we got Railblazer all in the back, but Gold Striker we got 1 front row ride, and yeah, all of those rides were incredible. I mean, it's gonna be really sad because yeah, this park has some room for improvement, but it has potential, and that's what makes me really sad hearing that it could potentially close in the next 10 years. I mean, if you want to know like why this park could be potentially closing soon, it's mostly because the land this park is sitting on is very valuable. So it was probably too much of a cost for Cedar Fair to keep it up. Hopefully something happens and they decide to change courses. I don't know. Overall, I had a very good day here. I thoroughly enjoyed this park. The ride lineup was pretty good, and overall, the park atmosphere was great. I enjoyed my visit. Carrick, final thoughts.
It was a really great day here at Great America. Happy for Jace to be able to visit with obviously the park's uncertain future and ride the really excellent top 2 coasters along with Flight Deck and all the other rides. It was a super fun day, and I hope things turn around and that things end up going in a way where Great America can stay open, because it's a really nice park that, if given the right treatment, can definitely be like really, really good.
So that's gonna do it for this vlog. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by leaving a like on this video and maybe even subscribe to my channel or Coaster Hours channel. Here's some other videos you should watch. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.